Hey, I'm Matt with Meat Church here with my buddy Cooper Abercrombie of Bar-A-BBQ.
And today we're making backyard barbecue chicken.
Well, welcome back to our show. Super excited. Continuing our guest pitmaster series. We've just had so many comments about you need to bring more of your friends in, and my friends cook way better than I do. And Cooper, great example from Montgomery, Texas, which you told me, home of the Texas flag.
Birthplace of the Texas flag. I don't know when. I'm a young guy. I don't listen to history that important, but I'm telling you, it's the birthplace of the Texas flag.
I had no idea.
Yeah, it's on a sign. It's on every sign in Montgomery. It's what we're known for. We're famous for producing fat, hairy guys like me and the Texas flag.
I love it. Well, anytime we do this, I normally call my friends, and we've been talking about this for a long time. And just this week, I was like, what do you want to make? Tell us, because I was excited. I was excited about this.
Well, growing up, I'm the son of a high school football coach. So in this state, when you're a high school football coach's son, you eat whatever's in the coach's office, whatever's in the field house at the time. That's dinner, that's lunch, is what it is. And my dad always had a little char griller outside the coach's office that we would cook on every day. None of it was sausage or chicken or whatever. But my earliest memories of just barbecue in general was saucy, finger-licking, grilled, smoked chicken.
I love it. We just finally did a chicken video last year for the same reason. Like, you go to a grocery store here, like I shop at H-E-B, there's chicken quarters, chicken halves, but especially quarters in all kinds of different flavors. It's cheap. I don't know, it may be the cheapest barbecue thing you can make. And even though I always say Texas isn't a barbecue sauce state, it certainly is on there, and I love it personally.
Yeah, chicken is cheap. It's relatable. Anyone can go pick up chicken. Most people, I bet half their diet's chicken anyway, chicken and rice. So this is something that's relatable. Anyone can do it. Anyone has a somewhat of a smoker or can set up a Weber or something, on an offset to get some smoke and then some hot with that searing action. So it's a very easy dish.
So what we're gonna do, we're gonna smoke it and then we're gonna grill it or sear it at the end.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
So anybody could do this on any sort of setup. You don't have to have this offset smoker and this grill over here, like you said. We could set up like a Weber with a fire to the side, or whatever kind of cooker, and smoke it at first indirectly and then put it on the high side. Do the same thing on a Traeger.
It's a budget-friendly backyard dish, man.
I love it. Well, let's jump in.
Cool.
Got some raw chicken here.
We have some pterodactyl-sized chicken quarters here.
Those are big chicken quarters.
Hey, H-E-B did us right, man. They hooked us up.
Oh, you're an H-E-B guy too. I like it.
That is the land of enchantment. So again, we're gonna keep it super simple like we do everything at Bar-A, and really everyone in barbecue, I feel like, keeps things relatively simple, for a couple of reasons. We're all sleep deprived and tired, and we've got time to make 500 different rubs. So we're gonna use the Texas standard, 16 mesh black pepper. We're kind of like the guys at Goldie's. We season everything pepper first, then our salt afterwards, so we can really dial in the pepper and salt levels on stuff. But we'll put a nice, healthy level of 16 mesh on the backside.
Big, bold. If you don't know, 16 mesh, big pepper. And you I guess I'd say you trained or learned a lot from Goldie's at one point.
I did, man. I was fortunate enough to be in outside sales for 10 years for barbecue. And the rule in outside sales is if you have a laptop and your phone, you're always working. So I would annoy the hell out of those guys to just come wash dishes, take out trash, whatever I could do to learn and be around it. And they were fortunate enough to let me do it. And so were others in the barbecue world, man.
I've done a lot of videos with Johnny, so a lot of fun. Love that dude.
He's a good dude. Don't tell him I said that, but he's a good dude. Now we hit it with that voodoo, right?
Yeah. Voodoo, great poultry rub, so it's super cool that you're using this today. And I know it's not what you do in the restaurant, but I appreciate you doing this here.
Well, the guy that owns this rub is a pretty cool dude.
I'm glad we finally made this happen. We've only been talking about this for 6 months, but...
Well, you kept promising me free beer. I figured, hell, why not, man?
It's definitely happening.
So, this is the perfectionist in me. I always go backside first, then we flip it over to the front side because it's the presentation side. It's backyard chicken, though, man. It don't matter, man. Just season it up with whatever you want to, whatever you like. Preferably something from Meat Church. They're pretty cool dudes over there.
Appreciate that. I think people get so caught up in brisket and everything else. This, honestly, I'm not saying this because we're on video. This makes me happy that we're doing this because, like you said, relatable. Anybody can do this. This like what
just
you grew
to pause
up.
I just gotta say Meat Church one more time to get that check, right? Because 3 times was the deal. Okay.
I think it was 10, but
10. All right.
Well, we might be in the middle.
So, Matt, I've got my pepper on, I've got my salt, my voodoo on. I'm gonna let it sit for like 5-10 minutes. We'll go ahead and get that smoker fired up, bring that to temp. I'm gonna rock Not that it really matters temperature-wise, but I like hot and smoky. So I'm gonna go 275 to 300, somewhere in there.
Okay.
We'll smoke them for an hour, hour and a half. Let them hit about 155 or so internal in the fattest part. Then we're gonna pull them off, sear them off on that yakitori you got, which is burning the crap on my back right now. Then we're gonna glaze them up and smoke them again.
So we're gonna cook them about 90-ish% of the way through and then just finish them off on them. All right, I love it. All right, we'll let this sit here and then we'll put them on the smoker. Well, had to get some beers here. It's summertime in Texas, so had to cool off a little bit.
It's a little hot out here, Matt.
Sorry about that. Don't have air conditioning in the outdoor kitchen, hence the unbuttoned poncho shirts. Anyway, we just temped the chicken. It's about 155, so we're gonna pull it off and head to the grill.
Yep, let's get them off. I'm gonna glove up because
You got to.
I'm a little bit of a wimp.
You're not Superman.
Nope. I may look like him, but I'm not him.
Oh yeah, good color.
Good color. All right, so I'm just gonna move these straight from the smoker right over to the yakitori. I've got it kind of set up with a little bit lower, a little bit hotter, and then we're gonna move them over here once they're kind of grilled up. And then we'll sauce them here, move them back over to the smoker, and kind of let that, you know, glaze set up and get tacky.
Yeah.
So
I love
I'm gonna go skin side down for a little bit and kind of let that thing get nice and seary. Yeah, so really what I'm doing here is just trying to get that nice kind of grilled char effect to it. You know, most people don't have, you know, this beautiful yakitori in their backyard, but everyone's got a char griller or Weber kettle or whatever in the backyard. So
I love the nostalgic taste of like finishing over charcoal too. That's backyard barbecue.
Those drippings come down, kind of hit the coals, put a little bit of that smoke in there. It makes you hungry no matter how drunk you are.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. A fire just kissing that. I always say there's a fine line between burn and char. Char's where the flavor's out. This is gonna be good. That skin's gonna be epic.
Cool. These are pretty much ready to move over and sauce these things up. So I'll move them over to that higher height, and we're gonna put our favorite little sauce on there. I've got a sauce, Matt, that we make every day at the restaurant. We call it our rib glaze, but it goes on everything.
This is like your table sauce, or goes on when do you use this?
This is actually not on the table. So this is just for poultry and pork.
Get in here.
Take a little toot of that.
It's very classic barbecue, but tangy, kind of thin. I like it.
There's quite a bit of acidic kick to it.
Yeah.
It kind of helps cut through all that richness you get with, you know, pork ribs and poultry and stuff like that, which is all we use it on at the restaurant. But it's not one that we use on the table, but it's one that everyone asks for. We just, honestly, it's really expensive to make, so we try to not give it out.
Awesome.
I'm gonna go ahead and glaze these guys up. Put a nice heavy coat on here, and that's what you want, that kind of smoke from all the sugar sitting that. I don't know if you can smell that, Matt, but that's that's classic backyard chicken.
That's barbecue porn right there.
Man. It's not my favorite kind of porn, but it'll do.
The one-liners in this video are gonna be good.
You're gonna make some fans off this one. We'll let that dude sing for a little bit.
Messy, I like it.
Yeah, I'm not cleaning this thing up, Don, right?
So you put that delicious glaze on there, and it's just kind of sitting, I don't know, a couple feet maybe above the fire. How long you let it sit on there?
We'll let it sit there, let it get nice and tacky. It's really gonna get super tacky though on the offset. So we'll hit it one more time with that glaze, a nice thick coating. Let it sit up for about 10 minutes on the smoker again, and then it'll be ready to go.
Yeah, perfect.
Just tempt them. Sit about 158, 159 in that fat part. We're gonna go ahead and move them over to the smoker now. And we're gonna glaze them one more time and just let it get nice and sticky and yummy.
Love it.
Let it do its thing.
A little couple times of basting.
It can't be too sweet, right?
Nope.
All right.
All right, we get about 10 minutes, then we get to dig in.
This thing's sitting about 250, 275. Let it be nice and smoky for about 5-10 minutes. It'll get nice and tacky, and we're good to go.
Might drink some more beers.
Hell yeah.
Time. Okay. I'm ready to dig into this, but I gotta ask you, where did you come up with the name for your barbecue restaurant?
So Bar-A is just our family's cattle brand. My brother actually started the brand about 8-9 years ago. He used to raise and sell Brahman cattle down in South Texas. And, you know, last name being Abercrombie, we went with a pretty simple one, Bar-A. But Bar-A is just the spelled out version of the actual brand. So you read cattle brands left to right and top to bottom. So our family's brand is an A with a bar right above it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Love it. Man, let's get after it.
Let's tear it up, man. You go first.
Here we go. I'm excited for this.
I'll just dig into it.
Oh, yeah. I can hear the juice from yours. Ooh, dude, that sauce, that's money. It's so good, you're not gonna talk.
That reminds me of being a fat kid in the coach's office right there, man.
That is, I would say that's nostalgic. I mean,
you got to lick your fingers. I mean, it's
man,
just
the chicken with the sauce, the skin, you know, doesn't have to be pretty. Like that's, you know, I don't know, man. I love this. This is up there with one of my favorite things to put in the smoker, I think.
this is how we do it every day at the restaurant. You know, we're open 6 days a week, and 6 days a week we're doing barbecue chicken. And our one goal is when we cook this, we want to see people when they're done, so not they're just licking their fingers. So
Yeah.
that's classic barbecue chicken to me.
Tell everybody how to find you. Where are you at?
So we are located in downtown Montgomery, Texas, right in the heart of it, 21149 Eva Street. We're open Tuesday through Sunday. We open at 10:45 till we're sold out.
You got to get there early, from what I understand.
We normally have a pretty good line. We're very blessed in that aspect.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, man, I can't thank you enough. This Guest Pitmaster series is always fun. I know, again, we've been talking about this forever, and this is not going to be the last time. We got to come down to your spot and do one.
I'm open for it, man. We got a lake and plenty of beer.
Ooh, I like it. If you like what you're doing, please like and subscribe. How-to cooking videos every Wednesday morning. See y'all next time. I'm digging back in.